Certified most accurate. Now your TV5 First Alert forecast.
Good evening, I'm First Alert Meteorologist Diane Phillips. Last Friday evening, it was a little bit tricky with the snowfall. Very different setup today with temperatures into the mid to upper 30s. This is all ahead of a system that brings us wet weather overnight tonight. The clouds have started to fill in, and since it was so mild, we do anticipate the system starting as rainfall. We still have the bulk of the precipitation across the thumb coming in along I-69 just south of the Tri-Cities, but you can still see some blue is showing up. We will transition. After midnight is when we'll see the rainfall arrive, but around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, we will switch over to that snowfall. Because it was so mild today, though, that switch over time might be a little bit later into the morning, and that would help us to get this snowfall out, which can greatly affect our snow totals. So we will see the system make its exit around 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, and then lake effect turns on. Northwest winds will be bringing in some clouds, a couple of flurries, but overall additional accumulations will be limited as we go throughout our Saturday and still into our Sunday. But this is the time to use your First Alert weather app and keep an eye to radar. Our snow totals, we're going to be looking at about 0 to 1 inch throughout the western thumb coming into the Tri-Cities and then further north and west. Some communities may not even see any snowfall at all. But if you're going to be headed south and east here in mid-Michigan, you will find in eastern Huron County cutting across towards Flint, and then just riding along I-69 and south is where we could be looking at up to 2 inches within this forecast. Again, temperatures and that switch over time are going to be the big players here on what our snow totals look like. So just keep an eye to roadways if you're headed to the Motor City pretty early for tailgating. If you're going to be going a little bit closer to the game, that's when temperatures are going to cool out. In the morning, we're anticipating Detroit to be in the mid-30s, but we'll be into the mid-20s just ahead of kickoff. Our temperatures a little bit closer to home in mid-Michigan are going to be into the mid-20s through the afternoon. We're going to reach that high early in the day and just fall, and numbers continue to tumble. That's why we have the First Alert weather days set up still for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We are going to look at single-digit highs, lows below 0, and wind chills. They're going to be so chilly, frostbite is going to be possible in 30 minutes or less. So Monday morning, you can anticipate seeing us into the teens with that little dash out in front. Tuesday morning, very similar setup, a touch cooler, and the same can be said for Wednesday morning. That's why we have the First Alert weather days for those 3 days. You'll see that red showing up here on your 7-day forecast, and temperatures finally warm back up into the mid-20s Thursday and Friday. But make sure you're very cautious here. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, anticipate the potential for some impacts because of the cold weather.
Stay with WNEM TV5 on air, on the go, and online for more news and weather updates.